Reports are flooding in that the United States and Iran may be on the verge of a ceasefire agreement. A one-page, 14-point proposal, reportedly brokered through Pakistan, is under active review in Tehran right now. Markets are surging, oil prices are falling, and President Trump is publicly expressing optimism. But National Review is already warning that the ceasefire may be coming apart before it even begins, and the Washington Post is reporting that Washington and Tehran don't even agree on what's been agreed to. Joining me now are Layla Nazari, our Middle East analyst, and Marcus Webb, our defense and security analyst. Layla, let me start with you. Is this genuine momentum toward peace, or is Iran buying time?
Thanks, Emma. Let me be absolutely blunt. Iran does not do genuine diplomacy. What Iran does is tactical retreat under military pressure, and right now they are feeling that pressure enormously. Trump's Project Freedom operation in the Persian Gulf, the explicit threats of intense bombing, the naval presence that made the Strait of Hormuz genuinely contested, that is what brought Tehran to this table. Not goodwill, not diplomacy, military force. And here's where I want to be very specific, because Douglas Murray has been saying this for years. The moment you reduce the pressure, the moment you signal that a deal matters more to you than the outcome of the deal, you have handed the other side the most powerful negotiating tool there is. The 14 points on that one page are going to matter enormously. If they don't include real, verifiable dismantlement of Iran's nuclear infrastructure and a genuine degradation of the Revolutionary Guard's capacity, this is not peace. This is the JCPOA with different branding, and we all know how that ended.
But Layla, isn't that a bit cynical? Markets are at record highs, oil is dropping, there's genuine optimism from the president himself. Shouldn't we at least give the process a chance before declaring it dead on arrival? And Marcus, what's your take on this? Do the economic signals tell us something the security analysts are missing?
Well, look, markets are not naive, but they are also not diplomats, and the gap between those two things right now is enormous. Yes, the economic signals are real and meaningful. Oil prices dropping on Persian Gulf tension relief is entirely rational. 20% of global oil trade moves through the Strait of Hormuz. That is a staggering number. Global equities hitting record highs reflects genuine relief that an escalating military conflict may be de-escalating. But here's what I think Layla is missing in her framing. It is possible to be skeptical of Iran and to recognize that a durable economic outcome requires a negotiated framework, not indefinite military presence in the Persian Gulf. The free market case for a genuine deal is ironclad. Sustained Persian Gulf stability would represent hundreds of billions of dollars in stabilized energy costs globally. The question isn't whether to deal, it's what a deal worth signing actually looks like.
I hear what Marcus is saying, but the economic case for a deal does not survive contact with the reality of who you're dealing with. Tehran has a 45-year track record of using negotiating tables as weapons. Full stop. The Revolutionary Guards will use any ceasefire pause to regroup. National Review is already reporting that skirmishes may have begun. Skirmishes that presage a return to combat. This isn't pessimism. This is pattern recognition. Every time the West declared victory with Iran, Iran came back stronger. Every single time. And if Trump signs something that looks like peace but leaves the mullah's infrastructure intact, he hasn't won anything. He's given them a lifeline.
Here's what I want to know. Because both of you are focused on the risks, and that's legitimate, but this is the most advanced the US and Iran have been toward any kind of framework in years. Marcus, where do you see this going over the next 30 to 60 days? And what are the specific signals you'd watch for?
The way I see this playing out, the next 30 days are absolutely decisive. Watch specifically for two things: whether Iran agrees to independent verification mechanisms in whatever framework emerges, and whether Trump resumes Project Freedom operations or maintains the pause. If the pause extends beyond 2 weeks without a signed framework, the trajectory suggests Iran is running out the clock. The economic pressure on Tehran is real. Their currency is in free fall. Inflation has been running above 50%. But regimes under that kind of economic pressure are also capable of irrational escalation. So the risk of a breakdown remains substantial, even as the optimism is genuine.
Here's what concerns me most. And this is the scenario nobody in the mainstream media is talking about. The most dangerous outcome is not failed talks. The most dangerous outcome is a partial deal, a framework that gives Trump a headline and gives Iran breathing room. Because if that happens, if the Revolutionary Guards survive intact, if the nuclear program is merely slowed rather than dismantled, if Iranian proxies in the region still have their supply lines, then Tehran walks away from this crisis not defeated, but validated. They will have learned that if they escalate hard enough, they get concessions. And the next confrontation, which will come, will begin from a far worse strategic position.
Layla Nazari, Marcus Webb, remarkable analysis from both of you. One thing is absolutely certain tonight. Somewhere in Tehran, someone is reading that 14-point document very, very carefully, and they're not reading it in good faith.